If you look up the definition of a family sedan, I'm sure the Honda Accord would definitely come up on your list. Hey guys, welcome to Chris Mack. For today's video, I have the 2023 Honda Accord Sport Hybrid. It is equipped at $33,000, and I'm going to show you around this vehicle, show you the various different features, take it on a drive, and give you my final verdict. Let's go ahead and get into this video. We are going to start with a remote start function. Let's see how that works. It's already on because it's a hybrid. It's so quiet. Let's get into this video, shall we? Let's go. Looking on the outside of the 2023 Honda Accord Sport Hybrid, this is your key fob right here. You have lock, unlock, as well as a remote start, trunk release, and a panic button. You can't see the engine did start right back up. As equipped, this vehicle is $32,990, just under $33,000. This is a mid-trim level, the base sport trim for the 2023 model year. This is dressed in a black crystal exterior color. Now, I still gotta get a little bit more used to the front end of the new generation Accord. It kind of does look like a Ford Fusion, Ford Taurus S in the front, but you do have full LED lighting up front. The daytime running lights are right there where the turn signals are, and then you do have LED low and high beams right there in the middle. This does have the full suite of Honda sensing technology, so you have adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot assist, and automatic emergency braking. Get a 3/4 view for you guys right there. This thing just looks so sick though from this angle. I actually do like it, but let me go show you guys the wheels real quick. These are 19-inch 5-spoke wheels. I do like the black and silver finish, wrapped in 235 with all-season tires. You do have keyless entry for the front door handles. Right here, this is the touch-sensitive one. The mirrors right there, you see the blind spot assist technology right there. Let me show you guys the window sticker. This gets 44 mpg combined, and I highly believe that, as I actually did test it out. Let me show you guys once we hit the road. Up top, we do have a moonroof. Gas tank is on the driver's side as well. I think the rear is probably my favorite design element of the outside of the new Accord. We got the full LED light, kind of light bar design right there with the LED turn signals and reverse lights. It just looks so cool and premium from the back end design. The exhausts are, of course, hidden, being a hybrid version. We get a 3/4 view for you guys. This is probably my favorite angle right here. Boom. Boom. That looks sick. I do also like the spoiler right here. It really does give it a little bit of a flare from the back. Opening the trunk, you will find 16.7 cubic feet of space. The seats do fold down in a 60/40 fashion. You have some tie downs right there for your cargo. Storage below, you do have a fixer flat kit right there, as well as some more storage. You can also fold down the seats with these levers right there on that side. And I do like the handle to close this. But this back end design though. Now, I don't want to talk too much about how the design is, but if I had to actually go like sum it up in one word, I do wish that it had like the previous generation front with the current generation rear. That would really be like a sick design. That's all Honda really had to do, if I'm being honest. Let me show you guys the powertrain of the new Accord. See the trunk releases right there, but we'll pop the hood. Now, the base model of the Accords do come with the carryover 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder, which makes 192 horsepower. Here we go, let's find the release. Oh, there it is. So the 1.5 does come standard, but this does have the upgraded hybrid system. So it's a 2-liter, which makes about 146 horsepower on its own, connected with a dual motor electric setup for a total system horsepower output of 204 horsepower with 247 pound-foot of torque. It will get 46 in the city, 41 on the highway, and 44 combined. Vehicle weight is about 3,400 pounds as this one is equipped. It does go through a CVT transmission to the front wheels. The biggest bummer with this generation is the discontinuation of the 2-liter turbo, which made 252 horsepower, which I will talk a little bit more about that as we hit the road, but let me show you guys the interior. Yeah, we'll close that later, but let me show you guys the interior of the new Accord. Yeah, the 3/4 front and rear view is probably the best design elements of the new Accord, but let's go ahead and hit the back seats. Now, when you do go for the touring trim, you will get heated rear seats and some charging ports in the back, but this is a sport model, so it's a mid-trim level, but legroom is plentiful. I have about nearly 7 inches of legroom with about 1.5 to 2 inches of headroom, which is pretty good. Here's a quick look to the front cabin right there. Looks sweet. You can see the wireless CarPlay started. You have a mover up top letting in some light, and LED illumination up top. You have 2 cup holders right here, which are pretty good size. Now this does also have the cloth interior, and when you do go for a higher trim, you'll get leather seating on the inside. Let me show you guys the cockpit of the new Accord. Looking at the seats, do have 10-way power seats with a 2-way lumbar support. When you do go for the touring, you will get 2-person memory, but this does have pretty good functions. Now I do wish it was heated at this price point, but that's one gripe that I do have. You do have automatic windows for the front with mirror controls over here on this side, a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Let's quick look at these seats. Stepping height is pretty good as well. Now the main question you're probably wondering is, how does this differentiate itself from other Honda models? Well, I'll be happy to point some of the differences out to you right now. So looking in front of you, you do have your light stalk on that side with your wiper stalk on this side. Same kind of familiar 3-spoke steering wheel design. So you have your adaptive cruise control drive assistance technology on this side with your controls right here for the 10.25-inch driver display right here in front of you. You can use the controls on this side as well as telematic displays. Now the paddle shifters are for region function, so when we are in drive, I'll show you guys on the road, it'll be used for region to help slow down the vehicle and get better MPG, as well as help charge the battery. But looking in front of you, let me show you guys a little demonstration of the digital display. You can toggle through your various different functions using this toggle. Custom displays, back, phone button, AM, FM radio functions, as well as USB connections. So it does use 2 USB-C functions, which I will show you guys in a second, to connect to the infotainment. Apple CarPlay, Alexa, and so on. You can track forward and back when you do have the radio on. You can see right there, you do also have your tire pressure monitors and other functions right there. So you can see the power flow, range, speed, time, navigation, driver attention, seat belts, maintenance, and other safety functions right there. You can also have a clean display, or you can have a analog gauge right there, which just passed. Stability, and so on. I do also love the red push button start right there, very sporty-esque. But let me show you guys the 12-inch display. It's a 12.3-inch display, my bad. And it just has so many functions, and I do love the graphics. It's probably my favorite part of this. The graphics is so clear and crisp. Now, right now I do have the wireless Apple CarPlay connected, so I will start with the audio test. This does have the 8-speaker sound system, but when you get the touring, you'll get a better 12-speaker Bose sound system. But let's try this out for the time being.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.
Now the sound system isn't bad, but definitely could use a little bit more bass, and that's why I say I reserve judgment for when the 12-speaker Bose sound system comes in with the touring package for a later date. But going back to your home display, you do have your phone connections as well as the FM for radio settings right there, and AM functions as well. Bluetooth audio right there is where you can connect your phone at. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is wireless, of course, being Honda being one of the first innovators of that. A power flow meter right there shows you how much MPG you are getting, as well as the range in the tank, as well as with the electric battery. I do also love the back button right here, so let me go ahead and talk about the shortcut buttons right here on this side. So you have home, a back button if you make a mistake, which is definitely needed, Bluetooth audio, your radio, as well as Apple CarPlay, and I did customize the vehicle setting function right there. You can customize that bottom button right there or display. Power flow, trip computer function. Hey Alexa is also built in, as well as your USB-C connection right there. Vehicle settings. I do love the diagram of like a mini Honda Accord right there. That's so cool. So you got your meter setup right there for your drive assistance. I like the kind of like the clicking noises that it makes when you cycle through or touch something that's really engaging. Light controls right there. You see it does show you in the diagram the Honda Accord actually turns to the front, kind of show you like the headlights. Tire calibrations. Individual settings right there. So it does have an individual drive mode this hybrid trim, so you can customize the powertrain between Eco, Normal, and Sport, or Econ for Honda fashion, but steering from Normal and Sport. Adaptive cruise control, you can have it more like Normal default, or you can have a Eco. So be a little bit more eco-minded about using the regen functions, and it won't follow as close. Gauge settings right there, you can customize the gauge cluster. So you got a normal function right here, and I'll cycle to the sport function. You'll see the red accents when you do change it. Show you guys that in a second. And you also have your drive system set up on this side right there. You can put on the beep, lane keeping assist. You can turn off the beep. You have like just give you a shimmy in the steering wheel. You have the traffic speed assist right there, and all the various different functions right there, which are very interactive and easy to use. Keyless access on that side right there for the remote engine start, and for the key fob and so on. Door settings right there, and maintenance info right there at the bottom. You can also change the color. So right now I will change the color of the Honda Accord. So we got a black one. Yeah, there we go. So now it's uniformed and looks so cool now. It's like the real deal. But you can change the various different views right there. So you have like this view, or you can have the more interactive view. Going back over here to your other pages, you do have general settings for your screen update, brightness, and you can change the sound as well as the camera quality as well. You see right there when you hit camera, it does also have the rear cross traffic alert. Let's see what advanced settings are about. So basically built-in networks and other settings. System updates are also in here. A clock right there, as well as the Honda Link. So that's for your media functions. That's for like if you use your phone to connect with the car and interact just a little bit more with it. I do also like on this side, you can also see your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto connections right here. So you can see the music that's playing. You can put up a compass, a little digital clock right there, as well as the power flow meter. Yep, the engine kicked back on. And when you hold one of the functions right there, you can see you can customize the display. So you can kind of edit the home screen to get rid of that display and have it be in another menu, or you can put it and replace the setting right there. But you guys can see, so originally when I was doing this, you can edit the shortcut functions, so you can basically cycle out any of these functions right here inside of this shortcut menu right there, which is just so cool. I honestly love the graphics of this new display. It's very intuitive, interactive, and it's just so clear and crisp, which I do appreciate versus some other Honda models. I do love the volume knob right there. You do have a dual zone climate control. I do wish you did have 3-stage heated front seats, especially at this price point. Down here you do have your 2 USB-C ports. That's how you connect to the infotainment display, and a little bit of storage right there for your phone or other accessories. And I'm assuming that the Touring does come with a wireless charging pad. I'll have to check once one comes in. This is your gear shifter right here. Put it into reverse, you do have a backup camera. You hear the sound, the pedestrian warning sound right there. You have trajectory lines. You can change the views. Graphics are okay, they could be just a little bit better, but you have rear cross traffic alert right there, and you can change the brightness from day to nighttime, neutral drive, and then down here is your drive mode function. So let me toggle through that. So you have the individual function right there. You can customize when you hit the individual mode, which I just showed you guys a second ago. And then you have a sport mode, a normal mode, as well as a econ mode for maximum fuel economy, and a all electric button right here for the vehicle to run just on electric only. So you can see right there, EV automatic mode. We're gonna just have it in regular EV mode. So you gotta hold it to change, or to charge, my bad. There we go. So you see the gas engine will kick in and it'll help charge up the battery. You can see right there in the power flow meter. Automatic parking brake, as well as a brake hold function right there. The cupboards are pretty good size. Definitely could be a smidge bigger, but looking over here, you do have a glove box with pretty good storage. And just like with the Civic and other Honda models, you do have the kind of like this floating vent design right here. It's a pretty cool styling element on the interior, really spruces things up. Got soft touch materials right here, as well as right here. And it's even soft touch right there, which is pretty impressive. And then of course it's plastic down there. Up top, this is how you control your telematics. So you have a SOS button right there when you do have the connected services, LED illumination. And then this is how you open the moonroof up top. You can slide it and tilt it open. Does let in pretty good light. Though it's not a panoramic glass roof, but it does let in light, and I'll definitely take anything. Sunglass holder right there. But let's go and take the 23 Accord for a drive and see how she does. All right, we are behind the wheel of the 23 Honda Accord. As stated in my walk-around, this is a sport hybrid, so it's basically in the middle of the 23 Accord lineup. It's right above the LX base and EX trim, but it's like the first hybrid trim that you can get. But we are starting out in this Econ mode for maximum fuel economy. Now let's go ahead and speak about visibility out the front. It is phenomenal, as well as out the side mirrors and out the rear as well. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the design. I know I was trying to kind of avoid that topic a little bit, but design definitely in the front reminds me of kind of Ford, like a Ford Taurus, kind of fusion-ish in the front. But I do love the rear end design. It's very inspiring, has so much confidence in the back. But the front end design, I think that's where Honda probably could have worked at a little bit more. But if it was really my decision, I would have the previous generation front end with the new generation rear end, and then the previous generation rear with the current generation front, if that makes any sense. But I may have to do like a separate video talking a little bit more about that between the 22 and the 23, literally right next to each other. But yeah. So speaking of price though, this is $33,000. I was looking at the 22 Sport Hybrid trim, and it was only a few $100s difference between the two model years. And granted, the technology improvements and everything that you do get versus the 22 model year. A couple things I also do feel the first few feet of driving. I did also drive off camera as well for a few miles, but the ride quality is definitely improved versus the previous generation. That's something that you can feel the moment you step into this vehicle. It's really like closer to like how the Sonata was as far as the smoothness. And despite having 19-inch wheels with 235 whip tires, it does have multi-link in the rear with the struts up front. And that's something I really do notice with the newer generation of Honda vehicles, is that they have this better ride quality versus their counterparts in other vehicles. But couple things besides the styling as well is also the 2-liter turbo has been discontinued out of the Accord. Now I do have a little theory about that, so I'm assuming that they didn't want to step on Acura's toes with the TLX, with the 2.0, that being like a 6 second 0 to 60, and Accord literally like smoking that. Now TLX 2.0 is like, it's able to be quick enough and not be outbeat or outdone by its Honda brethren or whatever. But we are going to go ahead and hit the back road right now. I just wanted to go ahead and get that off my chest. All right, so you got the styling out the way, and you got the 2.0 turbo out the way. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about this vehicle as we hit the back road. I am going to go ahead and throw it up into sport. And we do have to try an acceleration. Wish there was a physical button for traction, but we'll just go ahead, come to a stop, and we'll try out the acceleration. I will give it a low brake boost since traction's still on, but that was about highway speed 75, and 0 to 60 felt about 7 seconds, which honestly is more than enough power if you are driving a vehicle like this, you know, family sedan. But you do miss and kind of want for that 2.0 turbo though. You can see right there, it does imitate the shifting, but when I did do a brake boost, you can see it just held it right there at redline, full power. You also have regen braking right there, which you can control with the paddle shifters. You have various different modes for that. This being the hybrid, you do also have the power flow meter, so it'll show you your range as well as the MPG and so on, and see where the power is going for the motors as well as the engine. But let's try one more acceleration. 60 right there. I love the handling though of this new Accord. The Accord has definitely been more the sporty entry, and it definitely does feel like that. And I do love the steering. There is a noticeable difference between normal mode and sport mode with the steering feel. And this is the part, if I was an enthusiast vehicle, I would say we have a tunnel and we roll the windows, but this is an Accord. Tunnel run. Listen to that pumped in noise. Sounds so good. But yeah, the steering though is just phenomenal. I love the steering. Definitely is sportier than the Camry in the steering department. Let's pray it doesn't get too sunny, right? Here we go. Yeah, this is adequate enough power though for you on a daily basis. Go ahead and throw it into its individual mode. You can see right there, this is basically how I have my individual mode set up, just like I said in the Walkaround. Sport powertrain, the steering in normal, adaptive cruise control in normal, but I do have the sporty displays. You can see right there, it does read signs as well. So right now we're at a stop sign and it's reading it right there in the cluster. Let's go. One thing I also do appreciate with these newer generation of Honda vehicles is that they have like a little mini version of the car right there in the infotainment. It's so cool, interactive, and it's different. And you can change the color like I talked about in the Walkaround. We have to try one more acceleration before we hit the highway. Alright, so we're in sport mode, brake gas. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, this thing is definitely a screamer. That's what she said. But all right, let's go back to the video. We're getting distracted. But yeah, I really dig sport mode though. Sport mode, the throttle response is phenomenal. Pretty decent power. But like I said, in the acceleration department, it still has been wanting though for the 2.0 turbo. I don't know if Honda's actually gonna do a Accord Type R. Who knows? That's probably why they didn't do it. But only time will tell. Now that we're on the highway, let me go ahead and throw it into normal mode. We are going to go ahead and put on the lane keeping assist. It does have steering assist function as well. So if you do veer off your lane, it will pull you back. And it does have a little diagram showing you. Let's try that out. You see right there, it does pull you back into your lane. Very responsive and quick. But let me get behind this Jeep right here so I can show you the adaptive cruise control. Ain't that a bit? Alright. You trying to run away from me. Alright, so you can see right there the adaptive cruise control is on. I have it set to 1 following distance. It is adjustable from 4 following distances all the way down to 1. Using the camera up top. It does a pretty good job. Let's see if it'll catch itself if you veer over the lane. Yep, it catches itself. Feel it turning the steering wheel just a little bit. So adaptive cruise control works very good, but let's go and try some more of that passing power. See how sporty this is. Woo! So fast. This thing is just so fast. It's like a jet. But passing power is definitely more than enough. And the regen braking right there, if you do put it into its max mode, it'll slow down the vehicle. I do like how it's customizable though, where you can change the various different levels of regen. So it's not like just two modes where you have like very little or aggressive, but it's very in-depth with that. As far as cabin noise, this thing is definitely edging closer and closer to the Hyundai Sonata as far as that kind of smooth highway cruiser type, vehicle. Yeah, it's not a luxury car, but it's just so quiet nowadays. We're doing like 80 miles an hour and you don't hear much wind noise or road noise. It's just nice. It does also have active noise cancellation, so it's emitting a sound to help quiet down the cabin. And that was a pretty big bump right there, and it just took it no problem at all. The suspension just really damped over that bump and just made it smooth. Go ahead and throw the adaptive cruise on. And you see it actually does also pick up trucks. So it's picking up that truck right there, as well as this truck right here in front of me, and the display. Let's take our exit and then get into the conclusion. Definitely enough power if you need to get around big rigs. Some more of that handling. You can definitely feel the handling characteristics. That's a Accord. As we set the light, let's go ahead and get into the conclusion of what I think about the 23 Accord. Now keep in mind this is the Sport Hybrid trim, so I will reserve full judgment until I drive the fully loaded Touring trim to see all the amenities and creature comforts that it does get. But let's go ahead and talk about this from a perspective of this being a $33,000 vehicle. So one thing that is missing with this Accord is maybe some 3-stage or 2-stage heated front seats. That would be a nice amenity that they could add in. I think that would make this probably a little bit more of a well-balanced package. I do love the adaptive cruise control. That works very good. Now the wireless connectivity for your phone and device is very easy to use. You basically just go right there. I'll show you guys a little demonstration as we wait at the light. Just go to connect device. Go into your Bluetooth settings. Honda Accord. Pair, allow, and just we'll have it all come up. Use CarPlay on the phone. And Apple CarPlay does work pretty good. And obviously right now we are driving, so it does lock you out of it, but I have to say Apple CarPlay is phenomenal. Honda is definitely one of the better automakers to integrate this feature into the vehicle, as well as for an infotainment display. Speaking also of infotainment display, I do love this newer resolution display right here. It does have better graphics, better quality. And it's literally like an iPad up here, and I do like it. It's definitely in your line of sight when you are driving. I know a lot of people do complain about the toaster style kind of tacked on top of the dashboard design, but honestly I do like it. Very focused. And the graphics are just phenomenal. That's really what I noticed with this new generation Accord. Even versus other Honda models that are in this new generation of technology, it's still even more better than that. Just the quality, the response, the clicking, the quality, and everything is just phenomenal. I do also like the 10.25-inch display right here in front of me. Is a welcome technology feature right there. Provides plenty of information. You can customize everything, so your flow, your trip computer, navigation, and so on. Now, one thing I'm hoping once the Touring does come in, it should probably have embedded navigation, so we will have to do a navigation test at a later date. But oh look, typical Honda Accord driver. I'm cutting up. The Touring also does get a head-up display, but at $33,000, this basically has plenty of amenities that you want on a daily basis, with the exception of the heated seats. I do also like the moonroof up top, does let in pretty good light. Now, I do wish the Accord did offer a panel roof to let the rear occupants have a little bit more illumination or just airiness in the back seats, but other than that, that's about it. And the soft touch materials right here are nice, high quality. Even right here, there's a soft touch here, here. And the steering wheel just has a nice feel in your hands as well, and the paddle shifters. But the materials definitely are nice, and the drive modes. I do also like the individual modes, so it is configurable, which I'll show you in the walk around. Now, speaking of gas mileage, as I'm looking right there, so currently we are averaging 26.1 mpg in our POV drive. Now, on my way up here, I'll probably insert a clip right now, but I did achieve about, I believe it was 45 mpg. If not, I'll put in that right there in the description or in the video right here. But this thing is bang on right with the MPG with that. And I think you could probably achieve just a little bit more, at least 50, if you're a little bit more cautious on the accelerator and you kind of coast a lot and use the regen function. You'll definitely get over 50 mpg in the right hands. But as we almost hit our destination, yeah, this light is like long as hell, but call a bus. Call a bus not, because we about to pass this fool. If this turtle ever get over. Hold on. It's of course just thinking he's all that. He got the 2.4. He don't got this. This is the hybrid. Got over 200 horsepower. This is greatness over here. What you doing? What you gonna do, huh? Yeah, we're in sport mode. Let's go. Yeah, you can feel that boost. 247 pound-foot. Thought it was. Pretty good handling right there. But so yeah, that's going to wrap up my video. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications. Oh, also too, see when the drive modes change, you got like the eco look, the normal look, and then it's kind of like the Acura's, we got that good sport look. That's so cool. But please sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Chris signing out, and it is good to be back. Peace.